It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
All right, Brian, this next question is from Christian. Christian said, I'm 25. How do I balance saving to enjoy retirement versus saving to enjoy life pre-retirement? I want the tax benefits of retirement accounts, but I want to invest now for pre-59 and a half life too. So I think his question is kind of twofold. How do I balance living in the present today as well as saving for retirement? But how do I also balance like saving for retirement and saving for stuff that I might want to do in the future, like nice trips or maybe upgrading the house or buying a jet ski, or I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing some things out there.
Yeah, I think this is a great question, Christian. And I've talked about this before, and I'll just go over some of that. I call it bedazzle your basic life.
Love it.
And here's what I mean by bedazzle your basic life is, look, when you're in your 20s, I'm just going to be honest with you. You're not supposed to have everything. That's why when I get questions, like I'm from a 23-year-old and I want to go buy my Tesla, I'm always like, why would you do that right so early? Because the hedonic treadmills go ruin things for you. If you start at the tippity top, you'll miss out on so much of the journey of money and building, as that you enjoy each step in the process. But there is a balance there, because I don't want you being such a miser that you're saving 70% of your income because you have this daydream that when you retire at 55, now you'll go do all the things, because you'll find that you feel completely different at 55 than you do at 25 from a health, energy, and everything else. Yep. So I think there is a balance between making sure you're attacking each decade of your life for maximization, but don't mishear me. Because when you're trying to attack to enjoy, I still want you balancing the savings, and this is why I say bedazzle your basic life. I want you creating memories, but I think you have to be realistic about it. It's just like my experience on this is, in my late 20s, my wife and I decided we were going to go to Europe, to Italy. We did it cheap. I mean, so cheap that we literally are dragging our luggage through cobblestone streets. I felt like we got ripped off in every town by the locals. We were not necessarily eating at the best restaurants, but we got to see all the major sites. I mean, every city you want to talk about in Italy that we toured, we saw all the same things. So to the point that even now, as I'm approaching 50, everybody else I've talked to who's been to Italy, our experiences on these sites are no different.
Very similar, yeah.
It's just I have a much more entertaining story as I talk about all the ridiculousness of doing that trip so cheap. But since we had never done Europe before, it was okay that it was done cheap. Because now when I go closer to 50 to Europe, I'll probably have the tour guides. I'll do everything instead of just dragging your stuff and doing everything where you just don't have it all figured out. But that's the part, because here's the great thing about memories. They actually blossom. They get better with time. So even the things that drive you crazy in the moment might actually turn out to be that color or excitement that actually entertains you and actually makes it even a better experience. And I still look back and I think, look, even though I did that trip so cheap, I did it. And I didn't sacrifice saving for retirement. I think the problem sometimes as people who are on this journey, especially in your 20s and 30s, is you're trying to do it all. You're trying to, because and the problem is social media has made it.
It's the world in which we live in.
It's distorted everything, because you see somebody who's in, they go to Bora Bora and they're in their 20s and they look all great in their bikinis and stuff. And you're like, well, I should do that too. No, you should probably be in Cancun, Mexico with that $3,000 vacation instead of going to Bora Bora that might cost $25,000. There's a big difference. You still get a great vacation and experience. It's just one's going to allow you to maximize your Roth IRA and still build the memories. Focus on being very efficient with your decision making, but put not only value for saving and investing for the future, but put value in building and enjoying each decade too. And that's the balance and the superpower that's going to really serve you well in life.
Yeah, the guardrail that we give is get yourself to saving 25%, and then you can free yourself of spending guilt. This is what I've told my wife, sweetheart, if we can just hit our 25% and pay ourselves first, then it's okay if we want to upgrade this or decorate this room or go on this trip or have this thing, because we know we're doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. That's why the 25% is there. So figure out how to get your savings right there and then free yourself from the guilt of getting to do the things now that you really enjoy and that you want to enjoy.